Welcome back, you guys. I am so excited for today's video. Listen, I stopped everything I was doing to film this because once I saw it, which I was excited before I saw it, but once I saw it, there was no way I couldn't play with it. And it's the new collection from Arttitude Cosmetics. I did pick up everything, the palette, the singles, the acrylic palette, which I have thoughts on, and the brush set. This look is one of my favorites that I have done in such a long time. But not only do I create this look, but I create another one as well. I'm excited to show you guys the swatches and just chat while, you know, we get ready together 2 days in a row. So let's go ahead and get into it. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Heather, and I really do love all things makeup, especially indie brands and colorful makeup. If you guys love those things too, I really hope you will subscribe. And don't forget to turn on your notifications. I want you to stick around. Hopefully you enjoy today's video and you will want to. But as I said, I am so in love with this look. I think it's so freaking beautiful. I added like this pop. You gotta stay tuned to see, but I think it's so delicious. I love it so freaking much. But before we get started, how are you guys? How's everything going? It's been going good for us. We've had some ups and downs, things I can't talk about because they involve other people, and I don't want to like talk about other people's stuff on my channel. I feel like that's kind of rude without permission, you know what I mean? But we're blinking and breathing, as Amanda likes to say, and I like to get lost in like doing makeup and stuff like that, and this collection truly has been perfect for that today. So like I said, I did pick up everything. So the palette by itself retails for $46 US. You get 19 shades in the palette with 5 unique textures, 9 buttery easy to blend mattes, 3 gorgeous high definition foiled eyeshadows with extra sparkle, 2 soft duochromes, and 1 iridescent metallic shimmer with intense sparkle. So this palette is so freaking gorgeous. I love the artwork so far. I think it's so beautiful. Well, I love the artwork. I don't have nothing to do with so far. I think it's beautiful. And the color story really just captivates me. I am just so freaking excited to have this in my hands. I think it's so stunning. It's such a spring palette, and I don't know about you guys, but I am so freaking sick of wintertime. So I'm just ready to get all the spring releases. I mean, I think this is technically Valentine's Day, but it's giving spring, and that's all I need, you know? Okay, so then we also have the singles. These are freaking gorgeous. So it says, discover our magnetic multichrome eyeshadows. Each shade is highly pigmented with shifting colors that display multiple hues depending on the angle of light and movement. These mesmerizing shades transition seamlessly between 2 or more colors, creating a stunning multi-dimensional effect with every blink. I love that description. So this shade here, I think, is the one that's called Poet's Muse, and it's probably my favorite out of the 4. And then we have Lover's Locket, which is this really beautiful one. It's like such a gorgeous iridescent shade. And then AMOR. Oh, that makes me happy. That's what Amanda calls me. Okay, I got that wrong, and that's so fitting, actually. Okay, so this shade is Poet's Muse. I mean, I might as well swatch. I mean, it's so freaking stunning. I know you saw the swatches in the thing, but you guys know I love to swatch. This actually shifts like to a purplish blue. It's kind of hard to see. But after that, we have the shade Lover's Locket, which is this gorgeous iridescent shade that I actually added to my cheeks for highlight. You'll see it. Like, I'll go over that in the video, but look at that. It's so stunning. I mean, we could put a little more, because for me, you can never have enough highlight. Then we have AMOR, which is my favorite shade out of these. And that's what Amanda calls me. So it's so fitting. I love it. I'm about to tell her. There's a favorite shade from, like, named after my nickname. Do you see that? Oh, it's so freaking gorgeous. So hard to describe. It has like this blurple base to it that shifts from like gold to green. Oh, it's to die for. It's so good. And then lastly, we have the shade here called Wild Rose, and she is really pretty too. So beautiful. I love it so much. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the swatches of all of that stuff. I did do hand swatches of the, I did arm swatches of the singles, and I did hand swatches of the shimmers that are actually in the palette. And as for this, I've made a huge mess and it's like really dirty now. This is very, very nice. It's very magnetic. I hope they do bigger ones. These would be really great for those of you who like to build your own palettes, and I know a lot of you guys do that. This is awesome. I mean, if you like a 5-pan, you will love this for those types of things, or travel is what I'm thinking I could use it for as well. But this is really cool. I would love to see them do more. And I love that it's acrylic and see-through. I don't know, it feels fresh in a kind of weird way. I really like it. I couldn't find the bag that the brush set came in, and I was looking for it. And I saw it was in the floor over there. So I got up to walk around and realized I only had one shoe on, and I've been walking around like that. That is how my brain works. We're lucky I can even film. But anyways, the brush set. So this is the 10-piece eye brush set. These have the most beautiful handles. Let me see if I can get it to like show. These have the most beautiful handles that I have ever seen. Like, all of this is raised. It's so stunning. I think they did such a good job on these. They are so beautiful. I love the new logo as well. So I did use all of these in today's look, and you'll have to stay tuned to hear my thoughts. But this set does retail for $46, and it comes in this cute little satchel. But this is like a velvety feeling, and you know this is going to be like destroyed. I almost put these dirty brushes in there. See, mine won't last 5 seconds. That's what I was going to say. You know it's going to be messy. And then last is the acrylic, like 5-pan palette. So this retails for $16, which I don't think is bad. And like I said, it's really cool. The magnets on it is really strong. It's really nice. And again, I freaking love the new logo. They really nailed that. But those are all the details I have on this collection. Honestly, I wish I had more time to film because I feel so freaking cute in this makeup look today. I cannot wait to show you guys how I filmed it. But how I filmed it, I cannot wait to show you guys how I created it, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. So let's go ahead and get into the video. Listen, I dropped everything I was doing today. I had a whole schedule planned out for this week, for the rest of the week and next week. And I was like, to hell with it, because there's no freaking way I couldn't film with this immediately. This is so like just beautiful. The vibes of this whole collection I think are so beautiful. The word elegant comes to mind, but this color story is so freaking gorgeous. I'm so excited. But before, okay, so I've tried to say this 75 times, but I keep stuttering. So before we get into the eyeshadow palette, I did want to tell you guys what is on my face. So my lipstick is the ABH Peachy Nude Lip Velvet and the Unearthly Cosmetics Perfectionist Lip Pencil in the shade Bear. This liner is my go-to recently. Girl, we made it that far. Don't screw it up now. But anyways, what else is on my face? Let me see. I did the KOSAS Glow IV Vitamin Infused Skin Enhancer. I have mine in the shade Spark, and I've been loving this. I think it looks beautiful on the skin. For foundation, I did the Tier foundation. This is the one that's like more matte. It is in the shade 22N Shell Beige. I really love this one a lot. It's one of my favorites. And for concealer, I'm using the one from Too Faced, the Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. And I have it in the shade Swan, which is actually too light for me, but I made it work. We got a bright under eye. Not bright enough. You can still see my dark circles peeking on in. And for powder, I did the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. This is the one in the shade Light, which kind of darkens my concealer, which is why I don't use it that often, because I don't like I don't like for my concealer to look dark, because sometimes I feel like it makes my under eyes look worse. And for bronzer, I used the stick from Mario. I have mine in the shade Light Medium, and it's almost empty, but I did get this in a duo, so I don't think it's like the full size, but I do like this product a lot. And then for blush, I did two from Unearthly, the Paranormal blushes. These are cream blushes. I love them. So I did Blood Moon. I did Blush Draping again, and I love this shade. I felt like it really went with the vibes of the palette. And then I also did Wilted Blossom. It's really pretty. I do enjoy this formula a lot. And for highlighter, I did Cohesion from Arttitude. So I recently posted a video. I think it was my cosmic brushes ranking, and a lot of people have asked me what highlighter I have on in that video. It's this one, but unfortunately this highlighter is sold out, and this one and the one from the Metamorph collection, Flotation, I love them both. They are the only two shades they have on the site. I don't know if they've had more release like in the past or what, but they are both sold out, and I didn't realize it until I went to make links. But Unearthly just launched a new one, and it's in collaboration with Xander. You can't use a code, I'm pretty sure. I tried to use mine this morning and it wouldn't let me when I picked it up, but it is the same exact shifts as this one, which is like green to blue to purple. It's really stunning, but their formula is smoother, and I really love the Unearthly Lowlights. But if you guys are interested in that, I'll have it linked down below. But like I said, I don't think you can use codes, but I will have it in my hand soon, and I cannot wait to try it out. Brows are the same things, the Precisely My Brow Pencils. This is the regular, and then the detailer. I have shade 5, and I'm so in love with this Patrick Ta brow lamination. It like really glues them suckers down. I love it. And for eyeshadow primer, I did the shade Latte from Didi's Signature. That is what is on my face, along with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, which is my favorite at the very moment. But I'm excited to get into this palette and all of the things. This is really nice too. But we also got brushes in this collection, and I'm wondering, so I have brushes from Bella Beauty Bar. Here are a few of them. Look at them in comparison. I'm wondering if the same person makes their brushes. I don't know, because they really remind me of each other, and so do the ones from Unearthly Cosmetics. But I like the brushes from Unearthly, but the handles are too short for me. I like a brush with the longer handle, so I don't use them a ton, but these just remind me so much of the ones from Bella Beauty Bar, and they look promising. Now, the blending brush is a bit bigger than anything I would probably ever use, but you do have some smaller, like, detailed brushes in here as well. So I'm gonna shush and we're gonna get into it. Okay, so I've kind of went over it in my mind time and time again on what I want to do And I think I have it figured out now. This palette is gorgeous. There's like so many looks I feel like I could do with a palette like this. So I'm excited to get started. Now, what brush? This is gonna be weird. I don't like switching up my brushes too much. Okay, so now I need to pat out my eye primer. And then we're going to get started. So if you've been here for any amount of time, you know I'm going for that green. I freaking love these like pea green kind of shades. I don't know what else to call it, but it's so beautiful. Like kind of minty. It's just so stunning. When you all saw my shirt, you knew that I was going to dip into the greens today. But I am so excited. I love the Arttitude eyeshadow formula. Dare I say they might be in my top 3. They are a favorite. And I also love their theming and all of that stuff. They're just a fun brand. But I'm just flicking this up in the inner corner and crease situation. Then I want to do this outer part of the crease. Actually, let's dip back into the green. And we'll do a little more down here. There we go. Now, as I was saying, we need to work on this outer corner situation. For that, I think I'm going to use this brush. It's the number 6. And the one I just used was the number 5. Look at these handles. They are so pretty. And like all this is raised. It's so stunning. These are really, really pretty. I think if it was my brand, I would have done, see how the tips are like kind of orange? I think I would have done them this color. I think that could have been really, really pretty too. But now we're going to go into Scribe. We got pigmentation. Like straight out the gate. That's why I love their formula, but they're really easy to blend too. And then I'll just really work on blending. I think I'm going to use a fluffier brush. This Big Daddy. This one is massive, but we're going to do this. It's the number 7. And just work on blending this out. Green and gray is never a color I thought about pairing together, but when I saw them beside each other in this palette, I felt inspired. Okay, this isn't working out, guys. I need one of my brushes. I'm going to pull out the E06 from Singe Beauty. And dip back into Scribe. You see how it just really packed a punch with that color? That's what I was looking for. It's just more densely packed. And the bristles are shorter. I love it. These two colors are so pretty. I'm going to go back into the shade Bloom and just kind of take this up and over. Then go back into Scribe and blend this, kind of bring it up. This is good as like a blending, but not a like packing on kind of brush. Maybe this one will be though. This is the number 8. So let's give this a try. Yeah, this one works for that too. These handles are shorter though than what I'm used to working with. So it's kind of weird to hold them. I'm going to also take that color like down here on my lower lash line. Did I want to do that? I don't remember. Wow. I love this color combination. I think it's really, really cool. I'm excited to see what it looks like when it's done. But for now, I want to dip into this shade here, Wilted. I'm just doing it on that same brush. I just wiped it off on my Sigma switch. Do I know how this shade is going to work on this gray? No. But that's okay. We don't need to know everything. It's none of my business, you know? Amanda just left, so the doggies are a little upset. Do you see how that just swept right in the crease so easily? It's insane. So I'm going to go back in with that gray shade Scribe and just work on blending this out. So I talked about it in my video, I think with the Cosmic Brushes palette, but we went to see Rascal Flatts and it was kind of out of town, so we stayed gone like at the hotel for 2 days, and then we went shopping one day. And I went into the bookstore, and Amanda like stayed in the car and was making phone calls. She doesn't really like care about reading the same way I do. But I said in that video that I picked up three or four books that was a part of a series, and I didn't realize I had already read the series before, and I had to take them back. Well, I was just looking at that same stack a minute ago. I'm going to take some of the green on the lower lash line real quick. I'm going to do it with this one. But I was just looking at that stack thinking about like how could you possibly do something that dumb. And I was looking at another book and I have the same one. Listen, I bought 7 books that day. 2 of them are books that I don't already own. I cannot believe that I did that, and now I have to go return them, and that's going to be like the most embarrassing conversation ever. I cannot believe I did that. I'm such a ditz sometimes, but I think it's because I was like trying to hurry because I knew Amanda was in the car. Even though she said, you don't have to hurry, don't worry about it. My brain says, you're taking forever and you're a piece of crap for leaving me in the car. That's what I'm thinking the whole time. And I just cannot believe that I did that. It's insane. So now I don't have anything new to read because all the books I've already read. And like, not even that long ago. It was just a few months ago. Sometimes I read too fast, and where I like read audio, listen to audiobooks, I think I don't like soak in what I'm reading enough because I'm doing other things, and maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. I'm trying to find a reason. Honestly, I could totally be happy with just leaving it like this, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to switch to my E03 from Singe and go back into Scribe. And I just want to add some more like gray to this. I don't want to lose that. I wish there was a shimmer in this palette. This color, I mean, we do have these two, but when you like swatch them, they're not full that, which they're freaking stunning. Don't get me wrong, but I wish I had like a shimmer, like metallic, that color, because I think that here would be so gorgeous. But I do not. I'm trying to see like if I could somehow make that work, but I know I can't. I don't even know why I'm trying. Yep, they muddy up. Let's just do a little bit of the shade Thorn. See if I can get some of that to peek through. I just stuck my fingernail in this palette. This poor palette's been through a lot today, me trying to unpackage it. And I'm just doing that on this pencil brush, the 03. I almost said E03. I'm just so used to using my Singe brushes. Yeah, that just turned black, basically, which is fine. If I keep packing it on, I might be able to get it to show, the actual color. But first, let's take this brush that has that green on it and just do a little blending. Then let's see. Ooh, this is a good little brush. The 01. We'll go back into Thorn and just do a teeny tiny bit of this down here. I kind of went in a little hard there. I was just trying to add a little bit more green, and I added a lot of green. That is my fault. Let me just say, this matte green is no joke. It packs a punch. Like, that's a good matte. That's a really good green. It's so freaking pretty too. I love this. I think it's gorgeous. I don't know what that was, but you get the point. I'm going to do a little bit more gray, and I promise we're going to move on. I go like so back and forth. I added some, then I wiped off the brush. Ooh, you know what? I have an idea. I don't have like a metallic shade like that, but we can do like a little like cut crease action with the white pigment. Of course, I'm not going to cut the crease, but we can use this, and I can use the matte and then make that green or that deep purple like fade into that pink. You'll see what I mean. So I'm going in with some Rune Color and Cover Primer Paint. And then I'm gonna just put it on this 09 brush. And then like in between each dip of more color, I'll wipe off the brush on my hand so that we can, you know, keep layering this until most of that like green is gone. But it's okay because we still have like that gradient there. I just really would love to see some of that roses shade in this look. I think it could be like breathtaking. And I don't even really want a lot of it. I just want a hint of it. Also, this shade right here, Blossom, would be really, really gorgeous as well. My camera so rudely interrupted us, but I was saying this shade here, Blossom, would be really gorgeous with this crease as well. It's got like that pinky, like it's high shine metallic. It's so gorgeous, but that would be really pretty. Also, what else would be good? Honestly, all of them would work. This shade, no, that's not it. So I take that back. Eternal is so pretty too. Do you freaking see that? That's insane. That would be gorgeous with this look. Yeah, I think that would be really pretty. There's a lot, but I know some people hate it, but I have to use some of these singles. I'll hate myself if I don't. These are really pretty. I at least want to do, like, be able to do one in each look. But they are freaking stunning. And I really like this acrylic palette. It'll be really good for travel. And, like, the way it just snaps to it, I love it. Oop, I accidentally took that up a little high. So I'm going to give it a second to dry. And then I'm going to fix it. And I'll be right back and we'll get on with the look. Okay, I'm back and it is fixed, and I'm going to use my Cinch Beauty E01. Why is it already on my brush, you may ask? Because I already said all this, but my fan was on, so you probably couldn't hear it. But we're going to go into Roses, and I'm just going to pack this on here. I'm so excited. I hope this turns out the way I am envisioning it. Just want like a hint of color out here, and I just feel like these two together would be really, really pretty. I mean, I think I was correct, dare I say. And I like it. I think that's really cute. You have to let me know what you think down below. I don't know why I've never thought about like doing this before, but now it's in my brain, and hopefully I'll remember to do it again with other palettes, other looks. I think it could be fun. So I'm gonna go back in with this, that's not the pencil brush, where are you? With this pencil brush, and I wanna dip into the shade again, Thorn. I love the artwork on this palette too. It's just so pretty. But let's just blend this into the pink. And I think that's so stunning. I love that so much, like that hint of pink. I think it's pretty. Okay, so now we're gonna go into some glitter glue. This one is from Diavrune as well. And I'm just gonna put some on the back of my hands. And then I'll use the same like flat shading brush that or packing brush, whatever it's called. This one is from the Lethal and Dexter collab. But I'm just gonna apply the glue with this. And then we're gonna get into the shimmers, which happen to be one of my favorite parts. Okay, so I've thought about it while I was off camera. I know the first shade I want to use, like in the center, and it's going to be this single. I'll have it linked down below because they didn't put shade names on the backs of these. And if I could give any like critique, it would be to do that next time, because for one, it's helpful like as a creator, but also like some people like to know, and people that like to build their own palettes and stuff like that, they want to know like what shimmer. And sometimes like I'm really good at remembering what's in my collection, but not everyone has that kind of memory. I mean, clearly I don't. I just bought 5 books that I already owned, which is so stupid, but you know what I'm saying. I just suggest that they do that. But this shade is so pretty. And while I do really like this acrylic thing, I think it needs to be a little bit thinner, because I personally do like to use my finger for my shimmers. I feel like it applies better, and I know I'm not the only one out there, but these are really deep and it's a little difficult to get your finger down in it. But I did want to swatch this for you guys because she is so pretty. Like, I don't know how well you can see the purple shift. It's just stunning, and I really think this might be pretty on the eye. I don't want to take it too far over because I don't want to lose that pink. And as a matter of fact, I'll probably like use the I'll blend the pink over a little more. Maybe I should use a brush with this. I'm going to use my Singe Beauty E01 again, and we'll just use some setting spray because I accidentally took that up too high. I hate it when I do that because you really can't get it off. Once it's there, it's there. Oh, that combo is so good though. Grabbing another E01, I'm going to go back into that pink shade I used on the outer corner and just kind of tap it over this. I'll clean off my brush a little at a time. That way it doesn't, you know, bring the shimmer out here. And there we go. I love that shimmer. I think it's so pretty. I'm going to try to fix this though real quick, where I accidentally took that shimmer up too high. There we go. That's good enough. Now, I have no idea what I want to put on the rest of the lid. I know I won't do the single anymore though, because I do want to try to use mostly the palette. But the question is, ooh, maybe I just hit the jackpot. That's so pretty too though. I like this dark shimmer. I'll probably use that in the next look. This shade is really pretty too. Okay, I think I'm going to do the first shade that I swatched. But while we're at it, might as well see them. That blue shade, it's called Ink, is really, really pretty. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do the shade Whisper. So, for this, I will use my E01 again and spray the brush because I don't want to get that everywhere. Oh, that's so pretty. It's similar, I feel like, to that other shade that I used from the singles, but the flips are different. Really freaking stunning. To get a little fallout. This color combo is extraordinary. I'm also going to pick up some on the side of this E01. That way I can like push it down here. I hear my dog snoring. I'm going to laugh so hard if you guys can hear it too. This eye look is kind of like giving Venus flytrap. Do you see it? But I do need something for the inner corner, and I like a shimmer personally, and there isn't one in the palette, so I am going to use this shade here, which is really stunning too. She pretty, like real pretty. So it'd probably make a really nice highlight as well. You'd have to be light-handed with it. So let's do that. I need a pencil brush, a clean one preferably. So I'm going to use this little Singe Beauty brush. And this one I don't want to spray because I don't want it to be like too, you know, opaque. But this color on top of this mint is so pretty. This would be really pretty with one of the palettes, not Urban Neutrals, Vintage Neutrals. It would be really pretty with that palette. I mean, it would with the other one too. Dare I say, this may be one of my absolute favorite looks I have ever done. I love this so much, and I don't even have it finished. But I'm going to go ahead and go finish this look now, and I'll be right back to show you guys the finished look. I am back with the finished look, and this is everything that I wanted it to be. That little pop of like the pinkish purple I think is so stunning, and it really adds a fun twist to this look. Oh, I love it so much. Dare I say it might be one of my favorites. I think it's so pretty, and the liner really adds too. So for liner, I used 3. I'm out of breath. I got too excited for a minute. But I did the whole waterline with the white, and then on the outer half I did this shade. It's Charmer from ColourPop. I do not recommend this one because it does fade really fast on me. I do have very watery eyes though. And then on the inner part I did Icebreaker. This is one of my favorite liners. It has no writing on it because I've used it so much that it's just blurred. It's gone. Like flaked off, but I love this. I think this look turned out so freaking pretty. My eyes look green. They like changed with the color of the makeup, and I actually really like this green color with my hair too, which I need to go like get redone because I'm a dum-dum and I got in a chlorine pool with my hair and it faded it really bad, but that's beside the point. Also, this highlighter, I added more. I feel like it's fading off my face fast. I don't know if I've touched my face or what, but even since I've added more, it's came off too. I don't know if it's the hair that's touching my face or what, because I haven't had this issue with the shade flotation. So I'll have to get back with you guys on that one. Also, this is like my 4th time using the Bad Gal Bounce, and I personally have seen very mixed reviews on this to the point where I was actually kind of nervous about even trying it, but so far I do really like it. Now, with that being said, I haven't worn it out, and I haven't worn it for a very long time, so as for if the smudging aspect and all of that, I still don't know. But the way it looks on my lashes, I do really love. I mean, you can't tell because I have lashes on right now, but if I remember, I'll try to show you what it looks like before lashes in the next look. But it gives me volume and lengthening because it has like this weird brush where the bottom half of it is like the plastic bristles, and then up here you have the brush, and it even has like this little ball on the end so you can really get into the corners. But the brush side I feel like gives you some volume, and then the bristly side gives you the length. I really like it. I like the wand on this a lot as well. Now, as for lashes, I'm wearing the Bright Lashes in the style All Natural. Listen, I never tried Bright Lashes. I mostly was like, I liked certain ones from Kiss and Ardell. Those were my go-to lash places, but I started buying the Bright Lashes in October. I have had this pair of lashes since October, and I have worn it to death, and it's just now starting to tear up. These lashes are so incredible that I love them so much. I went back and bought a bunch more because I have issues and I like to hoard stuff apparently, but they're so freaking good, and there are like so many different styles. I just think they're fabulous. But that is it for this look. I love it. I can't wait to hear what you guys think of it, so let me know down below. But I'm excited to get into look number 2, so let's go ahead and move on to that. I am back for look number 2, and I'm so ready to play with this collection again. But I did want to tell you guys what is on my face. So I did the Say Glowy Super Gel. I always get it mixed up, but it's in the shade Star Glow. And then I also did the Polite Society More Than a Pretty Face foundation. I have mine in the shade Fair Sea, which is actually a little too dark for me. I don't really think it's very fair, to be honest. But for concealer, I did use my Yensa concealer, and it's been such a long time since I pulled this out, but I thought, why not? It is the Soul Body Bronzing, Face and Body Bronzing Balm, and I have mine in the shade Medium. This was my favorite for such a long time. I still really like it, but it's probably not a favorite anymore, but it is a really good one. And for powder, I did the one from KOSAS. This is the Cloud Set. I have mine in the shade Breezy, and I actually broke the lid off of mine, but I've gotten a ton of use out of this one. I love this setting powder. It's very blurring and beautiful. And for blush, I did one from Glaminatrix in the shade Kind. I love this. It's so pretty. Highlight now, I did a little mixing situation. So I did the Unearthly Cosmetics low light in the shade Spellbinding, which is really pretty. It's the lighter of the two. It's mostly like focused here in like towards the eye, but the rest of the highlighter that you see on my face is actually the single from the palette. It is this white shade in the center. It's really, really pretty. I also primed my eyes with the Bella Beauty Bar Shimmer Stay. This is the white. It's more of an eye primer and less of a glitter glue. I'm sure you could probably use it either way, but I don't like the white one for glitter glue purposes. I only like the clear ones. And lastly, my lip products are all from Unearthly Cosmetics. I started out with the lip liner in the shade Carnage, and then I pulled out these two lip products. These are from the Gargoyle collection, but I think you can buy them separately. So I started out with Cathedral Rose. I'm trying to spit it out, guys. And I kind of like went around my lips, like the line of my lips, and then blurred it out with my finger. And then I tapped this in the center and got this really pretty like color purple, which hopefully will go with the look. But I really love this formula a lot. It is the matte formula that they released, and I think it's beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to pull my brushes out. I've literally spent hours today like trying to figure out what I want to do the most. And I think today I want to do a halo eye. Why not? Something different. I think this will be the third one I've done within the last few weeks, which is new for me. But I am trying to branch out and do different things. So I thought, why not do a halo eye? And I'm excited. I loved that look yesterday so freaking much. You guys seem to like it too. I showed a picture of it or a video on Instagram talking about it, and it's just so good. I love it. It's going to be one of my favorites for a while. Okay, so I'm going to actually use a brush from Singe. This is the E10, and I think I want to start with this shade. It's more the middle one that I do want to go with for this look. And I want to focus this here. And you guys know, like, if you've watched my videos a lot and you've seen me do a halo eye, I like to do mine kind of at an angle. I feel like it's more flattering for my eye shape. And it's just like overall my favorite way to do them. But I'm just gonna make a little blob on each side of the eye. And then I'll work on like blending everything out. I'm also gonna raise this just a little over here. Make it go like out past the crease a little further. And I think that's good. Now I'm gonna use, I feel like for this eye look, I really want to use like my Singe brushes because I know them, but I'm going to try to branch out and use these ones. I didn't end up using them all in yesterday's look, and I like some of them, but they're not all shapes that I would use because I just get set in my ways of what I like. You know how it is. But I do want to work on blending this out, and for this I'm using the E08 or the 08. I'll like go back in and re-intensify all this in a moment, but for now I do want to just work on the blending situation. Now I'm going to use the same brush to re-intensify, all while blending out. I kind of like to follow the contour of my eye in the outer corner. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this little pencil brush. It's the number 2, and I'm going to go into that same shade. And I just want to take this under the lower lash line. I usually take mine all the way across. I don't know. There's just something about it that I don't like for it to be open on me anyway in the lower lash line. So I do want it all the way across. I might put a light shimmer down here in the center or something. Okay, so then I'm going to use this little brush. It's the number 4, and just blend this out the very edges. I think I want to deepen this up more, like with that same color, but I need a more densely packed brush. So I want to go in with the E27 from Sigma, and I'm going to go back into that same shade and just work on adding as much contrast to this as I can. And I'll do the same thing here. I hope this turns out the way that I see it in my head. I started reading Curious Tides, and it's pretty good. Cannot complain. I just finished reading a book from Stephen King, though, and I really loved it. It's been a very long time since I read something from Stephen King. I'm trying to see, like, what it was called. Oh, it was Fairy Tale by Stephen King. It started out kind of weird. Like, it took me a minute to get, like, used to the way it was written. But I did like it. It was a really good story. I don't really read a whole lot of standalones. I like series more than anything, but I really did enjoy that one. And I wanted to tell you guys about it. So, next, with this look, I want to use something lighter here. So, I think I'm going to do... I've kind of been going in between these two. And I still don't know. This one matches my shirt and kind of goes with the lip product. I'm using this E0, what is it called? E08 from Singe, and just blended out the edges of that a little more. Okay, I think I'm going to do Petal. I can't help myself. I just think it goes with the whole vibe a little more. But I just want to take this over the edges. Ooh, that's pigmented. It's going to add like that cool tone wash of color to this. I might need to use something smaller and more precise for that part. Maybe we'll do this one actually. I'll just clean that off on the Sigma switch. Go into Petal. I almost went into that shade, the other one. I don't know. That color is a bit dark for this inner corner situation. This is the E27 again from Sigma, and I'm just using that same shade around the lower lash line as well. Giving Undead vibes. I also picked up the pencil collection from Glisten, and I really hope I like them. I should have probably just bought one, but I was like, what if I love it and then I can't buy the bundle because I already have the one. It's just my sick way of justifying me buying that full bundle, but fingers crossed I like it. So now we're going to go back into Roses, and I'm doing that on the number 8 brush to re-intensify this. And then I'll do the same over here. So now I'm going to deepen this up even more with the shade here, Thorn. And I want to just put this here in the inner corner. This pencil brush is really good for halo eyes. And then I'll do the same exact thing out here, but I'll switch over to the bigger pencil brush. That way I can work in a bigger area faster. I like to slowly like add the color a little at a time. And then I'll use that same pencil brush to do this lower lash line. I'll probably just focus this though on the inner and outer part of the lower lash line though. Okay, so you know yesterday how I added that pink in there with after I cut it a little bit and then added the pink to give it just more. I think I want to do that again, but do it with the green this time. I think it could be really cool. So, I mean, the worst that can happen is I hate it, but I want to give it a try. So, I am going to use a wipe to clean this off. I'm just going to use the wipe though to get most of it off the lid. And then I'll use the same primer that I use like on the eye. I need a little packing brush though. I'm going to use this one from BH Cosmetics. I had a brain lapse for just a moment there. So same thing I did yesterday. I'm just gonna add this on the inner and outer parts of the crease, and I'm kind of gonna just let it fade going up. Now we're going to try to do the green. So fingers crossed this works. I'm going to use the Singe Beauty E01 and go into Wilted. If this will work, it could be really fun. I'm going to focus most of this color down like on the actual lid. And then I'll use a little blending brush to try to blend it up. And I'll also have to take some more of this deep shade and fade it into the green so that it doesn't like end so abruptly. But I think this might work. Okay, so now I'm going to clean off this brush, but I do want to use something else. I need a Singe Beauty E05. I can use this one. It's a lot like the E05. It's the E42 from Sigma. And now I'm going to try to blend this. I'm going to need something to help me blend that. See, maybe I don't know. I feel like I might have should have done something different there because these two don't blend together as nicely. I mean, obviously that wasn't gonna blend together, but I just didn't think that through. So let's actually go into that light green shade I used in yesterday's look and try to like really help blur these two out. And when I do shimmer, I'm going to have to try to make it go up so that I can make that make sense. I guess I'm just going to have to trust the process, so to speak. But I want to go back in with the pencil brush and go back into that really deep shade Thorn and try to make these two like blend together a little better. And then take Roses on that more flat pinched brush. There we go. Then I'll do the same exact thing over here. I think this might actually work. I don't know. We'll have to find out, which you're going to find out soon because I'm going to go in with the glitter glue. This one is from Bella Beauty Bar. And I want to use this number 9 brush to apply that to the center of the lid. I kind of want to take it over the green just a little. Now, I wanted to use another single because you have this really pretty like green to blue shade, but let's see what it looks like swatch because I'm not sure if I want to do that or not. Ooh, that could be really pretty. Let's do it. So I'm gonna pick some of that up. I almost went into a completely different shade on this same brush, and I just want to put it on the very edges of this green. I'm also going to flip the brush over, do some tapping motions. I'll have to do some blending and stuff. But for now, I do just want to lay this down. And I think that is really cool so far anyway. Now, the last part, I want to do the shade Blossom. It's like such a pretty pink, but it has like this silver shift to it. It's really stunning. And I want to do this one in the center. I don't know, it kind of looks like pewter on the eye. It's pretty, but I do feel like it needs a little bit more like brightness there. So the question is, what do I use? I don't think that will really go as well. Let me try to fix the mattes real quick, and I'll be right back. And I'll figure out what I want to put on this center part because I'm actually not very sure. Okay, so I basically just went over all the mattes again, but I covered the green shimmer that I put on the lid with the green matte, and then I just tapped that one shimmer from the palette, the shade Blossom. I just tapped that in the center. Now, I do want to add a shimmer from the singles because I think it's necessary for this look. And if you don't have the singles, most people have a highlight like this or some type of shade like this in a palette. It's really, really pretty. But I think this in the center is going to be really good. So that's what I'm going to try. And it's going to turn the shade more pink and hopefully even add some brightness to this. So I'm going to use that same flat packing brush, but I'm going to pick up some more glitter glue. Ooh, that's primer. I do that every time with those two because the packaging on them looks exactly the same. So it's kind of hard to tell them apart. But I'm going to tap some of this here in the very center and then pick some up on the brush. Like, look at that. It's so pretty. And I'm going to really just focus this in the center of the eye. Like, that's stunning. And slowly, like, sweep it out. That way I'm not applying too much. That is exactly what I envisioned when I wanted to do this look. And it really helps that green, I feel like, work a little more with this. I'm going to pull out a Singe Beauty E02 and pick up just a little bit of that, ooh, or a lot of that. I picked up way too much of the shimmer because I want to sweep this up as well to where it kind of just flows into nothingness. I'm going to take a little bit more glitter glue. I can't tell which is which. I think this is the glitter glue. Yes. And I want to put this right down here. And then take some more of that shade. And just pop that. Let me switch brushes. That one's too big for this. I'll switch over to the Singe Beauty E07. Yeah, that one worked out perfectly. I just added a little more to the center of that to give the brightness. But this is the look, and I don't know about you, but I really like it. However, I do think it is going to look better with lashes. So I'm going to go finish this off camera, do the lashes and all of the things. I have no idea what kind of liner I want to use, but I will figure it out, and I'll be right back. I promised you guys I would come back and show you the mascara, and I accidentally put on a bit too much, so it doesn't look as good as it usually does. But it still is really beautiful. I have like very short, like stubby lashes, so I think it does a really good job. But I'm gonna go and finish this look real quick, and I'll be right back to show you guys what it looks like with lashes. So for a minute there, I was kind of worried this wasn't gonna work out, and now seeing it all complete with lashes and everything, I do think it turned out a lot better than I was worried, but I don't know if it's my favorite out of the two. I really love that first one, but I guess I'll have to decide when I'm editing this video, but let me know what you guys think of this one down below. So for inner corner, I needed some kind of brightness because I felt like it was accentuating like under my eyes being dark. So I did Skin of a Killer from Bella Beauty Bar. It's so pretty and sparkly, but it's so smooth. It's a very nice formula. I love it very much. So I did that in the inner corner. And then, as you know, I did the Bad Gal Bounce. One of these days I'll leave the house so I can actually fully test this, but so far I am liking it. And I did 3 liners because I wanted to do like an ombre situation. So I lined the full waterline with this. It's the NYX Epic Wear eyeliner stick in the shade Pink Spirit. I just did the full waterline with this. And then I did the ColourPop liner and Charmer on the outer and inner corner, and then I did a little bit of brightening with this one from Too Faced. This is the Killer liner in the shade Killer Pink, and I think it looks really cute. It really adds to that halo effect, I feel like. But all in all, I did have a lot of fun creating this look, even though I got a little nervous there. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the lashes I have on are the Bright Lashes in the style Flutter, and I think they're so beautiful and just wispy. I love a wispy lash. I'm pretty sure I showed you guys like some of my favorites from them in yesterday's look. It's all running together, to be honest. I realize though I've never talked about the lash glue I use. So I do have very sensitive eyes, and they are very watery because of allergies and all of that. So the only lash glue that I have tried that works for me is the Duo, and this is the one in the green packaging. I love this. It's a brush on adhesive with vitamins, but it doesn't have, what's latex? I was like, what's it called? But it's latex. It's latex free. But I tried the one from Kiss, and that one's not bad, but I do have issues with like my inner and outer corners popping off. So honestly, my favorite is this one, and couldn't recommend it more, honestly. I need to put that in my description box like permanently, because that's the only lash glue like I ever use. Now let's talk about the collection. So the palette is wonderful. I think it's so beautiful. The artwork is 10 out of 10, so freaking gorgeous. I love the theme, Ink and Roses. I just think they did such a wonderful job, and this color story is honestly to die for. I started trying Arttitude last year, and they, dare I say, are in my top 3. I absolutely love this brand, not only for their formula, but for their theming and color stories. They check every box for me, so personally, I could not recommend them more. I love their matte formula. It's really beautiful and pigmented, but easy to blend. It's just wonderful. And if you're inspired by their color stories, I truly think you will love them so much. I think they're wonderful, and they're one of the brands that excite me the most. I can't wait to see like what they come out with next. I think they did such a stunning job. Now, I have not used every shade in this palette. There's a few shimmers I haven't used, and I didn't use this shade or these two in the mattes, but I have 4 palettes from them now, and I can't say this is the same great quality. I think it's amazing. But I'm super excited to get more use out of that one. I think it's beautiful, and I really want to use it with some of my other palettes from them. I think a makeup bingo could be really fun. You know what? We might do that tomorrow. And the singles, oh my god, you guys, the singles are so good. I love this packaging. I think it's very like innovative and just aesthetically pleasing, I think is the word I'm looking for. It's gorgeous, and the shimmers are so good. This one is my favorite. I think it's called Mi Amor, and it's so pretty. I love it so much. I know I've swatched it several times, but if you're anything like me, you just can't get enough. Do you see like how fluorescent it is back here? It has like that mermaid green with a blurple shade, and there's a little bit of gold and like soft pink in there. It's a stunning shade. One of my favorite shades in this whole entire collection. I think it's so gorgeous. Now, as for the brushes, if you like the shapes of these and they're shapes you typically use, I do think you will like them. The handles on these are really, really gorgeous. Some of the prettiest ones I have in my collection, to be honest. But with that being said, if you don't already use shapes like that, you know, it's like a hit or miss. It depends on what kind of eye brushes you like. I think they are good quality, but in hindsight, if I would have looked at the shapes ahead of time, I probably wouldn't have picked those up, only because once I get a brush in my hands that I really love, it's really hard for me to stray away from that. And they honestly feel like really similar to these brushes I have from Bella Beauty Bar and Unearthly Cosmetics. These are Cleona and I love them. But I don't really gravitate towards these either. I used to, the Unearthly ones, but now I'm just so into these brushes from Singe Beauty, and I'm so into the ones from Sigma that I could see myself probably letting go of these eventually, because there's no sense in keeping things if I'm not going to use them. And I could see the same thing ending up happening with these as well, but not because they're bad quality. I just don't gravitate towards those shapes. And I have like so many cups of brushes in my life. Like, I really truly need to do a declutter. These are my dirty ones, and these are my favorites. All my favorites go in this thing. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. They're not bad quality. They're nice brushes, but if you already have brushes that you know and you love and you're used to working with, I don't necessarily think you need them either. So that is my thoughts so far on this collection. You guys are gonna have to let me know. Did you pick this up? If so, what do you think of it? I appreciate hearing your side of it as well, and I'm sure it's helpful to other people in the comments. We all have different preferences. We all like different things. Some of my favorite formulas are formulas that I know some of you don't like, and vice versa. Like, sometimes I get surprised by seeing people's like favorite brands in the comments, but there is no right or wrong. To me, makeup is art. It's a way to express yourself, and there's no wrong way to do that. And I love being able to step outside of my opinion and see it through other people's eyes. I think there is beauty in that. And that's the kind of community that I am so proud that we have here. So let me know your thoughts down below. Also, let me know what you thought of these. Also, let me know what you think of these looks. Which one was your favorite? I would love to hear your thoughts. But thank you guys so much for watching this all the way to the end. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And until next time. I just knocked everything off my desk. If you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to. And until next time. Bye.